Thank you for tuning in again today to Would You Gaming, the podcast where we try to keep you up to date on all the latest in gaming news, and are also covering interesting topics along the way. Before we begin, want to ask if you haven't already, go ahead and follow us over on Instagram and Twitter. We're under Would You Gaming there, at Would You G at Twitter. We're trying to build our community up a little bit more and reach a wider audience. Thank you for all the support for those who've been tuning in since we began this journey. It's been, what is it, 8 months ago now? Hard to believe it's been going this long now, but such an enjoyable thing to do. It's quite cathartic for me to be able to just go over news and gaming and talk about something I am very passionate about. So thank you all for listening to me ramble for this long and all of the support. I can't thank you guys enough. To begin with, like I said, we usually discuss things on this channel that revolve around gaming or news. This kind of falls into both of those categories because we're talking about an upcoming game release, but we're also talking about a game that has been released on everything from the NES all the way up to your smart toaster at this point. It's kind of a meme at this point that this game is competing with GTA to see how many times they can re-release this one game instead of developing a sequel. Because quite honestly, it's cheaper for the developer that way, and they continue to make money. Of course, I am talking about the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. If you're unfamiliar with this game or have lived under a rock for the past 10 years, I highly suggest you run out and pick this up. At this point, you can find it on past gen consoles, the PS4, Xbox One, for dirt cheap. I think I bought the Legendary Edition, a physical copy, on Black Friday for like $20. And it has hours and hours and hours of content. Now, Bethesda has released this game no less than 4 times. We got it on the PS3 and Xbox 360. We then jumped up to the PS4 and Xbox One. After that, it was released on the Switch. And then with this latest iteration, it is going to be coming to the Xbox Series X and S, as well as the PS5. So you can see that this game has been around a while. It might have aged a little bit. It might not be as crisp as it was back in the day. But when I tell you this was a leap forward for the series, you will just have to take my word for it, or either that or go back and play Oblivion and then pop in Skyrim, and it is so jarring that you will notice. You have no choice but to take notice at that point. They're great games. Bethesda has always released these large open world titles. This one is more in a medieval setting. They have the Fallout series, of course, but I'm more of a fan of the Elder Scrolls. It may be due to the fact that the way the leveling up works in there, if you're not familiar, in Fallout, you pretty much kill people and you get XP and you upgrade your skills from there. In the Elder Scrolls games, you use skills, and as you use them, they upgrade, progressing you toward a level. And in Skyrim in particular, they added perks where once you leveled up, you were able to select a perk for different trees. There are countless trees ranging from enchantment, destruction, restoration magic, all the way up to archery, heavy armor, and heavy weapons. This was the first time we got that iteration of that. And it's funny that they just keep re-releasing this. I mean, the game's been around about 10 years now. They were releasing this on the 10-year anniversary of the game. It's going to be coming out on November 11th. Like I said, this is the 4th time that they've released this game. And the Switch version was a much more stripped down version because the hardware isn't able to support all that. But still, to see it run on there is amazing in and of itself. Like I said, GTA 5, they're competing with Rockstar because Rockstar doesn't seem any closer to a GTA 6. Maybe we'll get that one day, 10 years down the road when people quit buying GTA 5. The same might be true of the Skyrim games, of the next one, the Elder Scrolls game. If you own the special edition of this, it's good to know that you will not have to pay for the upgrade. This upgrade is going to be available on current gen consoles. That's going to be the PS5 and the Xbox Series. If you own the PS4 and the Xbox One version of this, then there's no need to purchase this, which I like to see, because if you're not familiar, when they released this game back on, I think it was PS4, you outright had to buy it. There was no path to upgrade or anything like that. Likely there will not be for the PS5 either, but it's good to see that with these updates and everything, that if you own the game on the current gen, like PS4, there's no need to purchase it. Whereas when it went from PS3 to PS4, the PC gamers got a free update for this, and the rest of us had to pay for it. We had to pay the full $60 sticker price there. I paid it willingly because, like I said, I sank hundreds of hours into this game. I've just had such a great time with this. The environment, just the immersiveness of the game. My friend Philip will tell you that same old dungeon, but I don't care. I have a lot of fun with it. Running through there, killing all the drows or whatnot. This is just one of my favorite games of all time. If I'm bored and I don't know what to do, I might pop in Skyrim. Or I might just hop on over there and start enchanting some stuff to sell up. You could do a lot in this game. There's a lot. It's very open-ended in the way you can play it, the missions you can take. You can go about it your own way. And you might ask, why are they re-releasing this? What is different about this? Well, in this, they're going to be adding fishing and some quests to go along with that, and over 500 pieces from the Mod Community Creation Club. So there are going to be some interesting things to look at there. Of course, there'll probably not be the caliber that we would receive on PC with some of those IPs from other companies showing up there. Nonetheless, I think it's going to be a good time, and if you've not played Skyrim or you're just itching to revisit it, it's going to be the perfect opportunity for you. Along with the mod community assets that we're getting there and the fishing, we're also going to have all DLC bundled in there. We haven't been released a price tag for the PS5 and the Series X versions for this. I can't see them giving a free update for you popping a PS4 disc into your PS5, but I could be wrong there. Bethesda could just be out there trying to create some goodwill, give PlayStation gamers one last freebie before they disappear from the console forever. Skyrim, like I said, has been around for some time. I've never platinumed the game. I've made it a goal of mine to try to get in there and platinum this game. Some of the trophies are just very difficult to get, in particular the ones relating around the Thieves Guild, as you have to restore it to its former glory, which takes hours and hours of doing quests in different cities until you're able to trigger specific events, allowing you to progress that quest line even further. It's a very immersive game, and it's got hundreds of hours of content, like I said. If you've not played this, I highly recommend you do so. I recommend you pick it up today. You can get it dirt cheap on most consoles, as I've stated. Even if you want to go back to past gen, like the Xbox 360, that's a possibility for you as well. I can't see an argument against getting this unless you just got your hands full with an MMO game, or you're just one of those types who stay busy with that. This is a great single player experience, and it will keep you busy and entertained for hours to come as you shout people to death and just explore every nook and cranny that there is to find in the Reach. This isn't exactly a commercial for Bethesda games or Skyrim in general, but it definitely sounds like it's becoming one. Have you guys ever played this game? I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts on it are. I know I've got a friend at work, I asked him about it. He said he never picked it up, and that kind of blew my mind. Because to me, I was like, well, you've never played Skyrim? I saw this game when it first came out back on the PS3, and I was blown away by it, and I've fallen in love with it, and that love has not faded over the years. I might not play it like I used to, but there's regular times I'll just hop in there if I'm just bored scrolling through my PS4 trying to pick out what to play today. I find myself oftentimes jumping right back in Skyrim to keep me busy there. It's just that old familiar feeling, running through dungeons, looting, slaying all the drow there. It's a good time, a good experience. Highly recommended to anybody who has not had an opportunity to play this. It's on almost everything aside from maybe the Wii and Wii U and 3DS consoles. But that's not saying a whole lot there. If they can put it on the Switch, they can almost put this thing anywhere, in my opinion. But anyways, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, thank you for all of the support, trying to get this out on more of a regular basis so that you guys do have this to listen to, trying to bring the news to you in a podcast format for your listening experience, just to make it more convenient, because we know that you're not able to just watch YouTube going down the road a lot of times. At least you should not be. But anyway, thank you again. Like I said, if you haven't followed us already, give us a follow and check out our friends as well, the VGcast or official_video game nights on Twitter. They're always covering stuff on the Xbox realm. They have some interesting content out there as well. They're branching out a little bit further, and they have their content out a little bit more regularly than we do. we're pushing forward to try to get it out regularly to you all. But with life happening, things do take place, and thank you all for being understanding. I'm going to try to record something this weekend with my buddy Phil, see how it works with a co-host, see if we can get a little bit more longevity in the conversations, get a different point of view, if nothing else, a sounding board. But again, thank you all.